Watcher, welcome back to the channel. It's a lovely but brisk Friday here in England. It's Easter Friday, so we've got a 4-day weekend over Easter. So happy Easter to all my fellow Christian followers and subscribers, and anyone else who isn't a subscriber. Why not hit that bell, hit the button, subscribe button, and come and enjoy the fun. So today I'm just going to be doing a few bits and pieces. I'm going to be doing a new segment I'm going to try and do each month where people send me bits and pieces. Just going to call it Mailbox Monthly, and I'm going to be reviewing the Makita biscuit jointer. So follow me and let's have a look. Okay, so I've been approached and been in conversation with some English makers. Obviously we've got Peter Mitered with the 10-minute workshop. He's approached me and we've done a bit of a sticker swap. Or I should say, a lot of these people have done sticker swaps with that I haven't actually got round to sending mine out to yet, so I'll be getting on that case soon. And if you want a sticker sent to you, please leave a comment below and I'll get a sticker sent out to you. There's a Welsh maker called Kirsty Perrin-Davies based in Wales, who wrote me a nice little note and sent me some of her stickers. Kirsty Perrin-Davies. And what a great little sticker she's got there as well. Teardrop mallet, really like that one. We've got another one from the Crafty Fox, Simon at Crafty Fox. He does some really good woodworking. Go over and check him out. Really like that sticker. What have we got here? We've got one from, we all know who Mike is, Mike Parsons Woodworker. Again, great YouTube channel, recommend you go and have a nose over there. We've got another one here, a little less well known YouTuber, up and coming. I think he's probably got more subscribers than myself. Wiz's Woodwork, and he does some really good stuff. What I really like about Wiz, he does lots of stuff with his daughter, who's only about 5 or 6 or something, and he does lots and lots of sort of family builds with her, and I'm all for that. I'm all for the getting the kids involved, so go and check Wiz out. 357 Magdad, got his one. This one comes from Florida. This is we got a Joe Shop sticker. Oh wow, I didn't realise that. He sent me a little bit of a plastic something or other. I don't know, it's like a keyring. So we've got a Joe Shop keyring and 2 normal Joe Shop stickers plus his hologram sticker. So that's nice. Resto Rob, all the way from Flint, Michigan. He sent a nice letter with his logos on. He's put that down there with his Resto Rob stickers, and these are one of the coolest stickers going. I'll show these up on the sticker wall at some point. Another one all the way from Pennsylvania, back into service. And finally from Texas, we have Ben Moore, who sent me a couple of stickers, so thank you very much. Go and check everybody's channels out. Most of these people have either got Instagram pages or YouTube accounts or both, and I recommend going and having a little nose. If I can remember, because I've got a memory like a sieve, I'll put something in the description below. So here's the, I'm not going to call it the sticker wall, the sticker side. We've got the glue box, myself, Badger Workshop, we've got Wiz Woodwork, Wiz Spencer, back into service, Joe Shop, 357 Magdad, and slightly down here we've got the teardrop mallet, which I found out is Kirsty Perrin-Davies' unreleased sticker. I'm the first person to have it, so I feel very privileged. Up here we've got Ben, the Tool Addict, we've got Wiz Spencer, which is Wiz's Workshop, Bear's Workshop, Badger Workshop, Jack Shed, Joe Shop, Kirsty Perrin-Davies, Peter Millard and his 10-minute workshop, and Mike Parsons. I've not put the Crafty Fox, Ben Moore or Resto Rob up because they're a bit too large for the sides of these. So what I'm going to do when I get my bandsaw up, which has got a nice flat metal side, I'm going to put them on there. Just one little thing about the sticker wall. I've put Joe's Shop keyring up there, just nailed it in place. That looks pretty cool as well. Okay, this is what I want to talk about today. It's the Makita biscuit jointer. Although Makita, I don't know, it must be a copyright issue, but they don't call it a biscuit jointer, they call it a plate jointer. And this is the PJ7000. Makita PJ7000. So what have we got? We've got the instruction booklet, as you can see, PJ7000. We've got a wrench, fits nicely in a slot. A hard carry case, which is nice if you're out and about on the site. We've got the actual biscuit jointer itself, or the plate jointer. I'm not going to call it a plate jointer, I'm going to call it a biscuit jointer. We've got a dust bag, and we've got a set plate, which is what you fix onto the front of the biscuit jointer when you're cutting thin stock, because these are generally set up for 3/4 of an inch. As always, I can never remember what I paid for these things. I think this was about 170, 180 quid, I'm not really sure. I'll put the price on the screen. It's a Makita. Makita are always good quality-ish items. I tend to go for the cheaper stuff, to be honest with you, the Ryobi stuff, because I'm not a professional, but I did quite a lot of research on biscuit jointers, and if they're not set up properly and they can't be adjusted, you know, they're an absolute waste of time. So I decided to spend a little bit more money on one and buy myself a decent one to make sure I had the accuracy. This has got a 1-year warranty, standard Makita 1-year warranty. It rotates at 11,000 revs per minute. It's got a standard 100mm by 22mm blade, and the arbor is 22mm. It's got a maximum 20m grooving depth. Length is 302mm overall, and it weighs 2.5 kilograms, 5.5 pounds. That's fully loaded, I believe. And you obviously access the blade by undoing this knob here, opening this up. Then you use the wrench that comes with it to adjust your blade there. Okay, after much faffing around, because it's not obvious from the instructions, obviously the wheel, 3 wheels, but on the back here, right there, that's your shaft lock button. So if you depress that button, then your wheel will lock, and you can unscrew and tighten your wheel at your leisure. You've got your dust extractor on the side, which can be adjusted in all directions, and obviously the bag will attach to it. But as is always the case with these bags, if you can get your shop vac on there, do it, because they fill up fairly quickly. To adjust the depth of groove, you've got this the plate at the front. You've got a sort of quick release lever here, adjust it down. One of the things that made me choose this one was the fact that the depth of the plate at the front has got a rack and pinion, so you're pretty much guaranteed to find a more parallel cut if you're using rack and pinion rather than just on adjustable knobs each side. I like the rack and pinion, so that's that. You can lock it by pushing this. Now, obviously, depending how thick your bit of wood is, will depend on how high you put this up. Obviously, the fence can be removed. You can take the fence right off if you need to. Then you've got your angle guide here. On your angle guide, it goes from 0 to 90 with 3 positive detents. 1 at 0, you'll hear it click at 45, and then again at 90. But because you've got the quick release, if you want to set it to, I don't know, and your little arrow is there, if you want to set it to say 60 degrees, you can do by just using the quick release one there. Now, as I say, the machine is set up for standard 3/4 of an inch boards, and that's what the fence, when in the down position, will allow for. However, if you need to cut smaller than that, 1/2 inch for example, then you put the plastic plate here on. Plastic set plate. Yeah, and that. As it clips on there, and it allows you to cut slightly smaller sections as well. You can still use it with the fence. Obviously you can't put the angle guide back on when you've got the plastic set fence there. Plastic set plate, you've got to take that off, which is just 2 little clips at the top. Oh, this is interesting. Feels a bit flimsy. Feels like that may break. So push the back up for if you just try and pull it, it won't have it. So just put your finger in the back, push that a little bit, hold it with your hands, release, and it slides off. I would advise you to be careful when you're adjusting this. This doesn't feel very well made at all. Yeah, I can see that breaking. Then you can put your angle guide back on again. We're learning this together. Okay, so that's a little bit fiddly to put on. But once you've got it into the grooves, the rack and pinion takes care of that. Now your depth of groove is controlled here. This is the depth of groove, and it's controlled by biscuit size. Now obviously we're all aware that the 3 sizes of biscuits are 0, 10 and 20, with 0 being 8mm thick, deep, 10 being 10mm deep, and 20 being 12.3mm deep. However, this has 6 settings. This has got 0, 10, 20, S, D and max. So 0 is there, and then you have a hex key here and an adjusting screw, and as you depress, you know, as you go in for your biscuit, it hits the stopper. So this is set to 0, which is 8mm, 10 is set to 10mm, 20, and these are biscuit sizes, those 3, is set to 12.3mm. And then you have another 3, you've got S, which is set to 13mm, D, which is set to 14.7, and then max, which is set to 20mm. Now please leave a comment in the section below if you know what these 3 are for. When would you use those? Because obviously I've only got 3 sizes of biscuits and I've never used these ones. Obviously this can be adjusted. When you do sharpen your blade, obviously you'll take some mass off of the blade, it will make it smaller. So you would just adjust the hex key here and the adjustment screw, fine tune it very small, and you can bring it to the right size. So I like the flexibility of being able to do that with this Makita. Now this wouldn't be much of a review without showing a little bit of cutting, would it? So let's put some biscuits in some timbers. I'm going to start off with a mitered frame joint. Just got these offcuts of timber. They're not, as you can see, the joint isn't perfectly lined up. They've got a bit of a gap, but this will give us an idea of what's going on. So first of all, we're going to line up a bit of wood here. Adjust our depth. I'm just going to set that up here. We will put these together, make a little mark. The on switch is here. Right. This is YouTube, so we go with safety, put our goggles on, lining up the mark with the lines we have on the biscuit jointer themselves. Push it there. As you can tell by my arm, biscuit jointers make a lot of mess, which is why I said these things are pretty useless. You've got to attach your shop back to them I guess we forgot to do that. Okay, this is interesting. Hey, I had this set on max. So anyway, I'm going to change this to 20. We're going to get a biscuit. We'll get number 20 and we'll put it in just to see what it looks like. That's not too bad. But I do want to check whether or not the actual blade itself is level or whether it's twisted. So in order to do that, we're going to do a butt joint. Obviously it's important that our timbers are flat for this, so I'm just using the same half cuts, but I'm using the top edges. I've marked where I want them to go, I've marked the edges that I want to cut into. Then I'm going to take my just a straight edge, make sure that it's straight there, because that's what the guide will be sitting on to make the cut. And again, right there, and I've had a look already, and there's about as square as you're going to get, as flat as you're going to get. So let's do another cut. I twisted the dust extract away from me that time, so I'm not covering myself. That doesn't look too bad here, but the proof is in the pudding. We're going to get the old vernier calipers out. We've zeroed them. We measure from the inside edge. That's 11.01 on the right. .35 on the left. Let's just double check that. 11.32, 11.01. Flip it over. 9.25, 9.28. Okay, so it looks like we may have a slight bump in the wood there, but looking at this side, 9.30 versus 9.28. I'm quite happy with 2/100ths of a millimetre. When I saw the first measurement, I was worried that I was going to have to do some adjusting. What we got here, 9.51 versus 9.44. You know, I think that the dimensions are not critical enough there, not out enough for me to have to do anything with it. So I'm getting an off dimension from the rough side, but when I take the smooth side, which is the plain side, it's a lot closer. Which was, you know, so that's something you need to remember. 9.47, 9.41, sorry, 9.47, 9.46, 9.42. I'm happy with that. So, straight out of the box, it appears that it's fairly level. The blade has been set nicely. The machine is fairly well tuned up. Okay, this is just my unboxing and initial thoughts. It's not an in-depth review of the biscuit jointer or plate jointer. I'll obviously, as always, as I use it a bit more, give you an in-depth review in maybe 6 months' time, a year's time, to let you know exactly how I'm getting on with it, whether there's anything that's fantastic about it or anything that needs to be changed. So far I'm happy with it. I've used it a few times and it's a pretty good machine. I like it. Okay, hope you enjoyed the video. Hopefully see you soon. If you haven't done yet, please hit that subscribe button and the bell icon. It just gives me a little bit more encouragement to keep producing these videos for your enjoyment. Hope you have a wonderful bank holiday. See you soon. See ya.